afternoon, everyone. A very warm welcome to all of you to today's online session, SCC Online, a training, a practical guide to online legal research. Now, I am pleased to introduce our university librarian, Ms. Vandana Basu, who has been a constant guide and supporter of our academic journey. We are honored to have her with us.
Good afternoon, all. Let's start.
Okay.
Thank you, Varna ma'am, and thank you, Mousumi ma'am,
Okay.
and very
So,
warm. Yeah,
okay, before starting, I just introduce both of you.
sure, ma'am.
In the field of law, research is a powerful tool. Whether you are a student working on an assignment, a teacher guiding your students, a lawyer preparing for a case, or a judge making important decisions, good research skills are essential. Today, with digital platforms like SCC Online, legal research has become not only faster but also smarter, more effective. We are privileged to have with us Mr. Rajesh Raina, an expert with over 25 years of experience in legal research industry. He has been associated with Eastern Book Company, New Delhi, for more than 2 decades and has trained over 30,000 users, including members of the judiciary, academics, law firms, and government institutions. His expertise lies on not only in the use of SCC Online and HIN Online, but also in introducing learners to the border landscape of the Indian legal system and research methodologies. We also have with us Mr. Rajesh Rao. Good afternoon, sir. I'm sure we will all feel more confident in using SCC Online and other digital resources effectively. So, without further delay, let's welcome Mr. Rajesh Raina and get started with this exciting and insightful session. So, you can start now.
Thank you, Mousumi ma'am, and a very warm welcome to all the participants. So, without further ado, we'll start with the session. And first of all, I'll be sharing my screen because it's a live website. Uh, we'll be showcasing the various features of that website, and I've already shared my screen. So kindly confirm if the screen is shared. I hope the screen is shared.
Visible.
Yeah, thank you. So you first of all, the address, URL address of the website is scconline.com, right? Now here you will be seeing various links on the top bar above the top line, and as far as this website is concerned, we have case laws, but apart from case laws, there are so many other secondary materials, other associated databases as well. So, what all databases are available on which you can perform legal research? Let's delve into that. Let's brief that. So, data coverage is this link, and web edition is the name of the product. So, what I'm getting is the brief of data coverage. So, we are providing you judgments from Supreme Court of India from 1950 till date, as well as prior to 1950, the federal court and the Privy Council rulings from 1872 till 1950. The journal names which are in bold are the ones with whom we have collaborated, partnered, and we are providing, therefore, the true print of their journals. Now, what that means is the exact image we have captured, and same is, you can print from SCC, and you can also perform the keyword searches on that particular text. So it's a different technology. Therefore, it is trademarked. It's not a simple scan. Images are captured. Now, apart from that, and there is a relevance to that. Obviously, you when you take a true print and present it in the court, it is readily acceptable. It is as good or equivalent to the print journal, producing the authorized print journal. Since those publishers are known as authorized publishers who have been here there and since decades. We as a company started in 1942. Our a Supreme Court journal, which we started publishing, SCC Weekly, commenced from 69. So you can imagine the kind of experience. And therefore, we, apart from us, many other leading publications are authorized or law reports called as authorized law. Now we also have the coverage of 28, all 28 high courts, some selected judgments from the district court, and apart from federal court and privy council, we had before independence the states, different provinces. So those provincial courts like Ajmer, Goa, Kutch, Lahore, Lower Burma, Awadh, Pepsu, Rangoon, you will get rulings of that era as well. And those specialist courts like Income Tax Appellate Tribunal, DRAT, CCI, NGT, to name a few, all their rulings are also available. Then the second important aspect, apart from the case law, obviously, is the statutory law. So all the legislation, whether it is central acts, state acts, notifications, rules, regulations, circulars, you will also be able to search upon them. And for research, you also have a good repository of scholarly material, I would say, like the entire Constituent Assembly debates, bills which were introduced and passed in both the houses, the policy documents from various government departments, reports of commissions and committees, including law commission reports, and many more. We have tied up with the UK publication ICLR, and therefore we are providing you the judgments from that UK country as well. International courts, Supreme Courts of SAARC countries, East Africa, West Africa, South Africa, United States, Canada, Singapore, etc. And International Court of Justice, Human Rights Commissions of various continents, the WTO, World Trade Organization cases, as well as WIPO, the domain name registration related cases as well, quite distinct. So that was a brief overview of the database, the data coverage. Now, the most important part is, while I would like to do the research, as for any other resource, you have to first register on the website. So for registration, the procedure or the steps I will show. You will click on login, and since if you're an existing user, you will proceed with your registered ID and click on login. But if you are a new student and you have to you're accessing SCC online for the first time, you need to register. So for registration, you will click on the bottom link here, register here. But before that, you have to also ensure that it is IP login which is appearing. If only user login is appearing, there will be no register here. And you might ask where it is. Because this user login will be available, will be visible for only individual users. Suppose as a lawyer, you subscribe to SCC, you will get user login ID password. But for academics, big law firms and organizations where there are multiple users accessing it, we are providing you the IP login access. So this IP login access, IP login option should be appearing. If it is not, then you'll consult your library, your faculty, your IT department to ensure that you are on the same network as such. Now, once the IP login is appearing, you are a new user, you will click on register here on the bottom. And then in the first field, you will enter your batch ID that is provided to you. Batch ID as your login ID. Followed by your full name, first name and last name. Click on register and login. In the next screen, it will prompt you to enter your year of graduation. If you are in a 3-year LLB course, you will calculate and do the maths and enter the year accordingly. If you are a master's, enrolled into a master's, you will accordingly put the year. If you are in the integrated 5-year course, you will again calculate and accordingly. So it may be different for different batches, different students. As far as the faculty is concerned, instead of the year of graduation, obviously, they will enter numeric 9-digit 4 times to complete this registration process. So when I log in the next time, instead of registration, obviously I have registered already, I'll enter my registered ID over here and proceed with login. So these are the steps. If there is any doubt, any query, we'll keep it for the last 5-10 minutes. We will devote for question and answer. Now, once logged in, the first screen that will appear is known as SCC Online Dashboard. What this dashboard does, it allows me to search on the basis of queries. It allows me to browse the website on various topics or contents. So as you can see over here, the main menu, which is divided into 3 columns: research plus, query based section that we call. Why? Because here you are giving the input in the form of a query, whether it's a searching by party name, searching by citation, searching by a section or a topic, etc. Second option is to browse. That's why we have labeled it as My Library, where you approach the library and pick up one journal of your choice and start reading it. So here also, if I want to just read the legislation, I'll go to browse legislation. I want to read an article, I go to browse articles, and so on. The third option that we have over here is known as More. So in More, what you get is the access to external resources or the foreign collaborations that we have primarily high in online, where you are not only getting the international content of case laws, but law review journals from leading Ivy League universities like Stanford, Harvard, Yale, etc. World constitutions, Phillips Jessup International Moot Library collection is there, US Federal Court and US Supreme Court and all other courts. Then UK judgments from 1220, since it commenced 1220 till 1867. That collection is also accessible in Hine. Here we will be focusing on the Indian content, Research Plus and My Library. And for any research scholar, reading judgments on a daily basis is not feasible practically. If you have any topic to research, obviously you will go to the Research Plus section. But suppose as a legal researcher, I would like to keep myself up to date with what all important judgments have been decided pan India, Supreme Court and the High Courts, etc. So our editorial handpicks on a daily basis few of them, maybe sometimes 1, sometimes 2, sometimes 3, 4, and prepare a summary or brief of those cases. And that summary is prepared in such a format which matches with the newspaper format, which you read on a daily basis. So what we have in the newspaper is an article, but that article, before that article, precedes the title or topic of the article. Same way here, we have prepared the summary of the case, and the heading is the subject matter or main law point of the judgment. So when you read the headline, you know what it is all about, whether it is civil, whether it is criminal, or within that there are so many other categories. So where we have kept these briefs which we have, that is in the My Library Browse Legal Business News. So that's why news is used over here, because it's not the exact summary of the case. These are summaries, but in a slightly different format we are providing you. So let's take the example of Supreme Court. It will show me Supreme Court, High Court, tribunals, etc., and even district courts. And then the index will be similar to other options in my library, primarily, mostly year wise, month wise, date wise. So I'll go for year 25. Then I'll see the index of months. So I chose the current month, and then it will show me the list of index of the dates. So we are on 10th, 8th, we have uploaded something. So from 24 hours to 72 hours, there's some addition. So for a student, even if the student doesn't have any topic to do research upon, I recommend that at least log in once or twice in a week, go to the browse legal business news and devote 10-15 minutes over it. So that at least you are, up to date with not all cases, of course, but some of them, which according to our editorial are the most important ones, maybe. Now here I can see the first one where I can't see the party name, but I can see I can read out and know what this case is all about. An overview of Supreme Court decision mandating aspiring and in-service teachers to qualify for the TET. So I know this is related to education, related to teachers' examination qualification, etc. And what is the background, that is also mentioned over here, means under what article and what act, etc. And finally there will be the court's assessment, what they decided. This is judges, 5 judges bench order. And finally this is all small brief that they have prepared. The last paragraph will be the verdict, this one. And if I am interested in reading the full judgment, instead of the civil appeal number that is appearing right now, you will find the citation. Why it is not showing me the citation is because it's yet to be either uploaded on our website or yet to be published. Because for we have 2 citations of SCC. Many are there, but then primarily 2. One which is published, that is with the format SCC. One which is yet to be published, but for the access, quick access, I mean immediate access on the website, we have the website citation, online citation call. So it will be SCC online. So either of these, whichever is available, will be accessible over here. You will click, then the full judgment will appear. If you are interested in full judgment, right now it's yet to be uploaded. So you will find criminal appeal number, civil appeal number, SLP number, and so on. So this way I can keep myself abreast, up to date with what is majorly happening across the jurisdictions. So devoting 15-20 minutes or half an hour, maybe once or twice a week, will suffice for the time being. At least before you start, going for the legal research part and all. To begin with, yes, there is no reason why I should not approach SCC. Okay, let's see what is happening. I mean, what all major cases are there. And in a span of 5 minutes, and I'll be able to understand it. Know that. To go back to the main menu, don't use the back arrow button. There's a shortcut on the right top. As you can see, the first icon, 3.3 lines, will bring back the main menu. Now, let me just hide this window also. Okay. It's not. Just 1 second. Yeah. So I go back to the main menu, and let's move to the next one. Moot court resources. So if you are in your first year as a fresher, so you might not be competing in the moot court competition right now, but maybe next year you will. And for preparation of the moot court competitions, which are very integral part of your course now, you have to prepare well, obviously, as you would prepare for your exams as such, same way. And since it's a competition, so we have kept some useful resources here for the preparation of the moot court competition. So what all these resources are? These are the winning team memos, which are from leading national law schools and private universities, and those academics institutions provided to us, so that the other student fraternities across India can benefit from it. And how you will be able to benefit, I'll just brief you in short here. So first thing is the introduction. Now, if you are a new mooter, first timer, you should know the importance of the moot court. Why the moot court is important? Because you are provided a proposition or a problem as you would face in the practical practice. A case and a client approaches and says, I have this issue, and now you prepare the case and fight for me. Same way this proposition is provided to you. Then you read that proposition and accordingly you do the research. Obviously it will fall under so and so act, so and so section. Then where you'll find it? You can find it in tools like SCC Online. Okay, you'll do the research on that section, on the act, on that topic. Subsequently you will get the judgments. Now while you are reading the judgments, the normal practice is we focus on what the Supreme Court has to say, because that is the final authority, right? Now, while you are reading the full text judgment of the Supreme Court, where will I find the previous order of High Court from where it was filed later on in the Supreme Court? Because in the High Court, whatever maybe the respondent petitioner was not satisfied with the decision, he or she approaches the apex court. Now, in SCC, you have this very the advantage. There are various links, hyperlinks within the case. Okay, you will get the High Court hyperlink as well. You don't have to search anywhere. Click on that hyperlink. It will right away open the respective High Court judgment in a new window. You read that. Why you should not avoid or why you should read that? Because some of the facts which are discussed in the High Court might not get repeated in the Supreme Court. So for preparation, what you need to do? You need to go to the High Court. Never ignore it. The judgment as well. And the advantages are there. In this process, you will explore the complexities of the law. And one important thing about the moot is that once the proposition is given, you give it a casual read and then you start working on it. And in the process, you just skip few of the important points. So advice is to read it not once, twice, thrice. Then only you will understand the problem in whole. Right? Now, as far as the drafting is concerned, there are oral rounds, there are written rounds, there are tips for that as well. Because the moot will span for 3-4 days. And every day while you are doing oral rounds, at the end of the day, you should also sit together with the team. Obviously, moot will not be one member, one team. It will be 2 members at least, or maybe 3. So it in turn, it will also help you in building the teamwork. When you discuss, sit together, and then jot down the points. Never keep it for the last day. Then the last day you can compile all of them. Otherwise, you'll skip some of the points, and then prepare the draft. There are tips for all rounds. Because of time paucity, you can self study this one. Let me show you one sample over here of the winning team memos, how they have prepared. Understand the draft part along with the help of your faculty. Then you can prepare one for yourself. Now here, Army Institute of Law, National Moot year 2019. It will have entries like the proposition or problem, first entry. In some, it may be the next entry or it may not be. But in this situation, in this moot, we have the bench memorial where it is giving the brief outline of the case. So in one table, I can understand what this case is all about. Convicted officer, so and so, charges under so and so act, which specific sections are involved, those are tabled over here. Maximum punishment, death penalty, and so on. So at one glance, arguments in favor of the party, against the party. And then issues, they are also bulleted over here, major highlight, and then what are the sub parts of it, and then the list of dates and events and so on. Now I move to the best team memos. There are also winning team memos. So the 2 category prizes could be that: best team memos and winning team memos. Now the best team memo, you can observe how they have formatted, how they have drafted it. So obviously it will have table of contents, Within that, then we have list of abbreviations, index of authorities, table of cases, and so on. So what are the issue one, and then the main topics under that issue one, two, three, list of abbreviations, their full form in the next table. Index of authorities means the books that you have referred to in this particular preparation of this new draft, dictionaries, statutes, legal websites, table of cases, and so on. Right. So that was a glimpse of how what the mood is all about, how you can prepare, and so on. There are a few more things in the browse. Let's move to the research part. Suppose you have been given an assignment, and in that assignment you have to write the definition of a legal word or phrase. You can simply go to any free search engine like Google, Wikipedia, and get the definition. But you are again not sure about the source, the authenticity of the source. And in this profession, your primary goal is, or maybe your primary focus should be to check the authenticity of the source. So if it is appearing in some blog, it's appearing in some article, it will pick those definitions as well, because there in free search engines there are so many verticals. Here it will be only in context of law databases. So your first thing you are assured, okay, if I find a definition from here, it is definitely going to be authentic, right? So if I suppose I go for one definition of a keyword called bias, I get the definition from a Supreme Court of India judgment, that is Transport Department versus Mousumi. If I click on the citation, it will open the judgment also. I can read within the judgment where the Honorable Judge has defined the bias. Then I can see another one from Kumar Mandal Vikas Nigam Limited versus Girija Shankar Pant, right? Again, a Supreme Court judgment. Then third one from State of West Bengal versus Shivananda Pathak. Then I also am able to see one abbreviation over here, which is Wharton, the abbreviation of Wharton dictionary. So these are all authentic sources from where you will be, receiving or getting the definition of legal word. Coming back to the dashboard, I can search by topic. I'll skip it for the time being. Now I'll move to the next one, that is party name search. So in the party name search, at times we also have the famous case names, right? Now what famous case names means, the names which are made famous by the media, like Sabrimala temple case, triple talaq case, Ayodhya case, BMW hit and run case, and so many. Now if I don't remember the actual party name and I remember the famous case name, I can search it under famous case names. So suppose I type temple, it gives me a suggestion, women entry in Sabrimala temple case, right? And I click on find case, the result window will display the actual party name, and that is about to appear, Indian Young Lawyers Association versus State of Kerala. That is the actual party name. So we have kept some 600 plus famous names searchable. You can search them under this category of search reference. But if I have a party name and I would like to search, so obviously I'll choose search by party name. Now in the search by party name, first thing I have to select is the court, whether it is district court, whether it is Supreme Court, High Court, or any other court for that matter. I will have to select from the list drop down. If I am not sure about the court, I mean I know the party name, but I am not sure whether it was Supreme Court or High Court, I can choose all jurisdiction as well. So if I go for one judgment, you might have heard already, Golaknath case. And the other party name is versus State of Punjab. So instead of versus State of Punjab, I am typing only Punjab partially. But between the two party names, I am not typing any V dot or versus, because V dot or versus is falling common in all. In this process, it will say no results found. So whenever you have two parties to search, appellant, respondent, petitioner, respondent, whatever, you don't type V dot or versus in between. You type one, you just put one blank space between the two, and you will get the minimum result list, the shortest, the easiest way to find the this party name, unique party name. Then when I Double click on the title in the bottom window, result window. It will now open the judgment, display me the judgment text that is going to appear in the third column. Now you can see here, but there are two more columns here. One which says all results, second which says the result list. Now all results shows me 121 documents, though Golaknath judgment is one. So what about these 120? These 120 are the law points involved in this case, which are identified by our editorial, and then they prepare small case briefs of those 120 law points in total. Now in the second column, it's showing me the title of the case. Obviously, it's Golaknath, so it's appearing in each and every entry, 1, 2, 3, 4, wherever. But the difference is the first one is a judgment, and the label in the center denotes that. J denotes that this is a judgment title, and 11 is the quorum strength, bench strength, the number of judges who decided this case. Now the second one is a digest note, therefore the label changes to D, and 11 is the quorum strength. But in the digest notes, I am also seeing the catchwords that this is pertaining to Constitution of India, Article 392. This is pertaining to Constitution of India, Schedule 6, Para 21. This is pertaining to constitutional amendments. So if my topic is on fundamental rights, the fifth one will suit me. Committee reports relied on by Subbarao CJ on nature of fundamental rights. So I might just click on this and read the brief. So I am saving on time. The purpose of the software is to save on time. So instead of reading the judgment at first, always go through the briefs. And if fundamental rights is discussed on para number 40, if I start with reading the full judgment from 1 to 39, I'll read the entire judgment. At 40, I read and then I find no, it does not work for me. Then I switch to the next judgment. So how much time I have wasted here? So instead, when I go through quick briefs, especially if you can get the hint from the catchwords, you can straight away jump to that. And from there, if it suits you, you can switch back to the judgment. Right. So the correct method of reading the judgments is to first go through the summary law points. These summary law points, which we call digest notes, are also known as case notes, head notes, ratio, digest, gist, etc. They mean one and the same thing. Now, the judgment, when you see in the third column, there are 4 or 5 judges whose names are in bold. Rest are in normal font. What that indicates is that the highlighted or hyperlinked one are the authors. They have penned this judgment. What about the others? They have agreed or concurred with the respective judges. They have not given separately the judgment on this particular case. In this particular case, I can listen to the judgment if I wish to by using the speaker play button. I can save it. I can mute it. I can print it. I can increase the font size for viewability. I can generate a document sharing link. Link will be generated. I can share it with my colleague. But when it comes to copy paste, you can't use the manual method of highlighting. Suppose I have move code. There, the 2 paragraphs from Golaknath I want to cite. I would like to copy it from here and paste it in my draft. But I can't use the manual method of highlight, Control C, Control V with the mouse. No. Why? Because this is a true print judgment. Therefore, it carries the editorial input as well. So apart from the judgment, there are certain more summaries or law points which are appearing, and that is copyrighted, copy protected, trademarked. But judgment is in public domain because this judgment is also available in the Honorable Supreme Court of India website. You can go there and get the full title. So here also we are providing you the facility, but with a tool that is known as smart copy. With the smart copy, you can copy the respective paras. While I click on the name of a particular judge, it will jump to that para from where his judgment starts. Clicking on the name will take me back to the top from where I came. Now here, if I go for para number 3, then I go for para number 5, then I go for para number 4. So it will extract in the same sequence, 3, 5, 4. Multiple paras. But how did I select? Before every para number, there is a small icon. On that, you have to single click with the mouse. A green tick appears, it is marked for copying. Post selections, I will opt for smart copy icon. That is the fourth icon in the third column. One click and all the three get extracted in a new window. I can mail it across to myself or maybe my colleague. I can copy it in entirety and paste in my draft. Every para you will notice will also carry the source. Now that is helpful. Why? When I paste it along with the source, and obviously I take a print of my draft, I prepare my draft, I take a print of the draft. This judgment is not in on screen now. When I refer that draft, in between I get this extract from a judgment. If the source is not there, I will also be thinking, oh, from which judgment I had taken, I'm not remembering. So that will help you in identifying. That's why we kept it in all the paras over there. Second is when you can do the partial, I mean manual copy paste is possible in the extract control segment. Okay? When I paste it along with the draft and present it in the court, the honorable judge also does not have any confusion about the source, because the party name is there, the citation is there, everything is there. So it kind of authenticates the extract as well, right? So that was the smart copy feature. But there is another important aspect of legal research. A judgment may be subsequently overruled by the recent judgment, the latest judgment, by a higher bench, maybe because of their opinion of difference of opinion. They might, overrule the law points or the judgment. So in Golaknath also there are a few law points which are overruled. So how can I identify those law points which are overruled? Because obviously the law points are not a good law now. In the sense, if I cite, it will go against me. I should not cite the overruled law points or a overruled judgment. So if the labels in the center in the result list that I had explained, in those you will also notice a red flag appearing. So how can I get all the, because it's a lengthy list of 120, all overall law points at one place clubbed together? I will use the search within search option, where in the first column top below the SCC online logo, and I start the search. Overruled. What it does, out of 43, it has removed quite some, and I am seeing only 43 now. Out of 120, 43 now. And a red flag is appearing adjacent to the two labels that I have already explained, which indicates that this particular law point is overruled. So this you will not find in any other resource, online databases resources that we have worked on, our editorial is worked on earlier, identifying the overruled law points, and you will also get to know in which judgment it was overruled. Now you can see here the first one does not carry the red flag. Why it is appearing? Because overruled is mentioned somewhere, because it's searching with the keyword overruled. Now in the middle also there are a couple of digest notes which discuss about overruled, but the law point is not overruled. Like Supreme Court overruling itself is not an overruled law point. So out of 43, there are 40 law points which are no more good law, and out of 120, that means 80 are good law, and those 80 can be cited. But general perception is Golaknath is overruled. When you also go in, in the profession, they will say Golaknath is overruled. No, Golaknath is partially overruled. Some of the law points are not a good law, but many more are good law and can be cited. So I click on one of the overall law points, and you will find this red flag or the exclamation circle symbol appearing within the text window as well. Now this is on Article 245, power to amend the fundamental rights. And when I move to the bottom, it's mentioning that it has been overruled, this particular law point. In case 1 of the Bharti versus, Union of India, maybe in all probability. So case 73. And it was again cited in year 2011 in Indian Medical Association versus Union of India. And these respective judgments, you can, as I told you earlier, they are hyperlinked. Clicking on them will retrieve or open those judgments as well. Right. So overall law points is one of the important aspects of legal research over here. Smart copy I've already shown you. Let's move to the next one, that is citation search. Now, what is a citation? Citation is basically the address of a judgment. This Golaknath, or maybe for that matter, any other judgment is published by or authorized law publishers, right? So there could be 5, 10, 20, whatever it is. And each will carry its own unique address, means on which page number, in which volume number, the year, etc. That is the format. And that format or that address is known as a citation. So SCC apart, we have tied up with regional publishers like DRJ for Delhi, Maharashtra Law Journal, MP Law Journal, Guwahati Law Journal, CHN Kolkata, ILR, the government publication for 19 states, and there are some 60, 70 more. So around 100 tie-ups are there, and we provide true prints. But what about other leading authorized law reports like AIR and so on? Yes, we have kept other citation formats also. So instead of SCC, if I have AR citation, I can either select from the index or I type the abbreviation. In the format, obviously, the first blank is to be filled with the year, and subsequently, the last field is for page number. And you will notice, you might have noticed that it's already appearing. It's already appearing right now, the page index. Why we have kept the page index for all publications, not only partners, all other publications with whom we don't have a tie-up. By physically getting the copy of those respective journals and preparing the index page according to the commencement of each judgment in that volume or in that manual. So page number 1, the first judgment was published in AR 2020, and on page 30 the next one, third judgment from 37 and 4. Why we are preparing this is why, because many a times you get a wrong page number citation. So if I get AR 2020 SC page number 10, which is non-existent, so it will fall between 1 and 30. So obviously you will autocorrect and select 1. That is the advantage. Clicking on get citation will open the judgment, but this is published in our journal, so you will find SCC case law, SCC judgment in the third column, the text window. But how can I now get assurance that this is also the same which is published in AI? You open the digest note. In the digest note, on the bottom we have kept the cross citations, we call them, or equivalent citations, which are also searchable. So the same judgment is published in SCC online, in All India Cases, in All India Reporter, in Criminal Law Journal, in KLT. So instead of AIR, if I had searched by Criminal Law Journal citation, I would have still been able to retrieve the same document. It would show me the same document. So you can search by multiple citations over here. Now, at times we have the query on a particular section of an act. I want case laws. So you'll opt for find the section of an act. But don't put the section number here. Here you will have to type the act name. And that too, don't type Indian Contract Act, Indian Evidence Act, Indian Penal Code, because Indian is common in all. It will not show any results. So type the Principal Act. If it is Contract Act, type Contract Act. I get a suggestion, I select it. After that, when I search it, the section list will appear. Previously, there was only section list number. Now we are also providing the definition of each section. So that helps. So I am looking for section 17, fraud defined under contract. Double click on that, and that's it. It will show me the statutory law, the act itself, section 17, as well as the digest notes, the full text judgments on that particular section of an act. So these are various methods by which I can do the legal research, whether it's party name, citation, section, etc. But what about a topic, a keyword that I would like to search, where can I? So go back to the dashboard and opt for word search. That is the most flexible search engine over here. As you do the Google searches and all that stuff, slightly different. That differentiation I'll explain. But yes, you can enter your query, your keywords, etc. over here. So I will show you one example over here, though it has a negative vibe, but yes, I will. That is dowry death, let's say. Now, this being a phrase, if I search likewise, it will give me these two maybe in separate paragraphs also. That there was a demand of dowry in one para, and the death occurred due to some other reason, maybe, which I don't want. I want this to be appearing as one word. So whenever you have phrase to search, put them in double inverted commas. So now it will be treated as a phrase, as a single word, and I'll start the search. I'll get the results. Once I get the results, because this is still giving me a quite a huge number, 6,000 something. There was a case of in this the dowry death, the case of burning, bride burning. So what I'll type here is in the search results, bride burning, but where in the first column top, search within search, and again I will put double inverted commas so that they are not separately searched as of one whole word they will be appearing in the entire documents. Now I have reduced it to the next level. From here, if I once I get the results, there was a dying declaration also involved in this. So I'll type dying declaration. So I want to showcase here is that you can filter or narrow down stepwise likewise. As your thought process is building up, you're not going from scratch again. अच्छा इसमें ये भी डालना था. No, you proceed to the next one, and from here I will further narrow down from 6,000 to 700, now to I guess around 200, and so now there was a dying declaration, but it was not once but maybe twice, thrice. One with the medical team, one with the police officer, and so on. So what I remember is something big. I have more than one dying declaration. So I am putting more than one also in double inverted commas and like that. So now it will search within those 233 and reduce it further. And suppose I want no, I want up till dowry death, bride burning, and dying declaration. That should suffice. Or become away. So it's 100 more. So how can I remove it? I can remove it easily by clicking on the cross button with each result thread in the use search for option. So I'll click on this and we'll go back to till diagram. So I have done so much of filtering, search within search, and so on. And if I wish to now focus on only the judgments of Supreme Court and let's say Kolkata. So how can I go to the first column, the results, all results, and in the checkbox you untick the checkbox and it deselects all databases. Everything is blank. Then I go to plus sign of the judgments. I select Supreme Court. Right now, what it will do? It will now filter the Supreme Court titles only on that topic, on that search result. And once the Supreme Court judgments are displayed, then I'll move to the High Courts. I'll click on the plus sign of the High Courts also, and here I'll get the bifurcation: Allahabad, Andhra, Bombay, and Kolkata. So I'll select that. Now what I'm getting is, out of these results, only two courts, that is Supreme Court and Kolkata. So once the filtering is complete, I can then do one more refinement, what we call, because this year case date is 24th April 2009. I would like to see the latest one. So where I can arrange it in that latest order by opting for sort by option. And in the sort by, there are 3-4 ways to sort. So what I'll do is I'll opt for latest first. Sometimes we might go for largest bench strength first. So that option is also there. So the moment I selected latest first, so it will rearrange the entire index. I can see one from Supreme Court 17/10/23, 2nd July 2019 from Kolkata also, and so on. And if I want to focus only on the last 10 years data, let's say, so can I also specify the year ranges after the results? Yes, in the first column bottom you will find a filter of year, where I slide the slider towards right, it will reduce the number of range of years, and I leave it at 2015. So further from 235 to so many, and finally last 10 years only 46, 45, 46. Fair enough. These many I can now, you know, study or read or do the things, right? So you have understood search within search, the refinements within search you can perform. Now, just before I show the other option, I'd like to know, ma'am, are these all are they students from first year only, or there are some senior students also?
There are some serious students also, sir.
Okay, okay,
Most of the students are from first year.
okay, okay. Then I'll add one more feature over here in the word
Okay, sir.
search. Yeah. So in the word search, when you are having a statement to search upon or descriptive query to search upon, that sentence, how you should key in. I mean, what is the strategy over here? Because here it searches for all the words, right? So if I go for one statement here, act of court shall prejudice no one, a statement made by many judges in one context or the other towards the courtship, that they are not prejudiced to anyone. So this small sentence, when I search, it searches by default all words. So that means it's a good proposition. I mean, I'll get all words here, but are they appearing within a sentence or the statement, like a sentence? Not necessarily. They will be appearing in different scattered manners in different lines. So AP High Court judgment, all keywords highlighted, but as you can see how they are appearing. Now to look for the sentence in 1,53,000 is not practically possible. So what will happen? I will waste a lot of time, and in the end I will just leave it. No, nothing good. You can't find it. Right? So whether this statement or for that matter your queries, when you have, you tend to go flexible, you tend to type the entire sentence. Fair enough, do that. But after that, identify main keywords. What that means, let's see. Act of this one. Identify the main keywords and remove the common joining words. And what are those? The sentence framing words of, and, the, shall, will, I, we, etc. etc. So act I'll keep, of I'll remove, quote I'll keep, shall I'll remove, prejudice I'll keep, no one I'll remove. Ideally it should be 2-3 keywords. All right. You can add a fourth also sometimes, but ideally it should be 2-3 keywords. Now to ensure that they are appearing near to each other, I will use one function or Boolean operator here known as near, and that has to be typed in capital letters. Now, how near it will search for these two correlating words, that is also defined on the bottom. That near means it will search for these two correlating words within a range of 10 words. I can increase it to maximum to 20 or reduce to less than 10 as well, depending again upon your assessment, how they will be appearing, whether they will be appearing very close to each other or maybe appearing loosely in maybe 2 sentences, then you can increase from 10 to 20. Otherwise 10 is ideal, the default search. And all words radio button switches to Boolean. That means the near will now work as a function. And if you remember the previous results, 1,53,000, right? Now what is going to be the number? It's 2,500. Quite a drastic change. And the keywords that are highlighted, how they are appearing? They are appearing within a sentence or near to each other. Principle that act of court shall prejudice no man. Perfect. I was looking for that. Then I see another one where it says an act of the court shall prejudice no person. So if I go by the formula of exact match phrase, I put double quote and act of the court shall prejudice no man, double quote close. I'll get some results, but I'll miss out on what? Act of court shall prejudice no person, act of court shall prejudice no one. So I'm not focusing on the grammar, how the honorable judge has written the sentence. I'm looking for the keywords or the law points involved. So whatever sentence derivatives framings are there, it will pick one and all. That is another advantage, right? So whenever you have descriptive queries, kindly break it into main keywords, ideally 2 3, put the near operator in capital letters, and you're good to go. Let's move back to the dashboard. uh, I guess we have already reached the limit. So how much time can I get further, ma'am?
No problem, sir.
Okay,
May
okay,
proceed.
okay, ma'am. So what we have seen here are the couple of options of moot court and legal business news. All right. Now let's see what else we have here. These are all very easy options though, but yes, there are some things which I would like to point out. Like if you talk about legislation, in the legislation you will be able to access the central acts, the state acts, right? Notifications, circulars, etc., etc. But in the central acts, our editorial has done some extra work. They are providing some extra information in the form of citation references of cases, especially the Supreme Court cases within the BAR Act. So, as a researcher, if I am going through a particular section in an act, I can simply, get to know about one or two important judgments within that. So, if we talk about the new laws of criminal, Nagrik Suraksha, Sanhita, and Sakshi Adhikam. So, let's take Penal Code, Nyaya Sanhita, which is now replaced with. So, the new BAR Act is appearing over here, and I can save it, mail it, print it at one go. When I go through the section list, I can jump to particular section right away by clicking on that section. Let's say section 8. When I click on section 8, it shows me a topic, amount of fine to be imposed in a highlight. That is the citation reference provided by our editorial. This is not part of the BAR Act. So on section 8, Sharad Hiru Kulambe versus State of Maharashtra is one of the important judgments shortlisted by our editorial. If I click on that citation, it'll pick the open the entire judgment. Now, when I go through it, I'm unable to find section 8 of Nyaya Sanhita. Can you tell me why? Because this case is of year 2018 and Nyaya Sanhita came into effect in 23-24. So, how can I get the information then? What is the corresponding law? That is also provided by our editorial. So, section 8 of the Nyaya Sanhita, previously it was section 63 of the Penal Code. When I switch back to the judgment, I see here Penal Code section 63. Oh, so that is section 8 of Nyaya Sanhita. This is how you will work, especially when you are referring to previous judgments, and that is what the all law is about. Law depends on precedents. So you will get an corresponding law as well in the software. You need not worry. And these important judgment citation references are kept throughout the central acts, wherever our editorial has shortlisted or found one or two or whatever it is. So apart from the act, yes, I'm getting judgment citation references in the legislation. As far as the articles are concerned, we are providing you the articles from our journal section, SCC journal, then our own magazine, Practical Lawyer, Just Corpus Law Journal. There are it's a huge collection of 70-80 leading national law schools and private universities who are providing us these law review journals, which are published in any university and college. And if they adhere to the formats and the requirements as per our editorial, we also upload them for the student fraternity over here, the researcher fraternity over here. So you can see the list of law review journals over here. It's almost touching 100 now. And from leading national law schools and private universities, I can see over here. So Instead of going through the index, I can also filter. We have provided a filter over here on a particular topic if I want law review journal. So suppose I want on cybercrime, I'll simply type it over here, search it, and the rest will be taken care of by the software internally. It'll pull out the journals or the journals over here for me. So one from Practical Lawyer is there, then one from Law Weekly is there, Just Corpus Law Journal is there, Chanakya National Law University is there, a Legal Law Journal, and so on. So this is also equally important because uh, from the point of view of a researcher or apart from the judgments, to get another perspective on any topic of law, you should also read the journals as well, the law review journals, the articles. And in this article section, there is another entry of the Tagore Law Lecture series. Entire series from 1870 till 1942 is available, where almost all areas of law Tagore sir had lectured. Their collection is there, right? Now, another scholarly section is secondary material. In the secondary material, what I'll be able to access is the bills in Parliament. Now, these are all the introduced bills and the passed bills. No intermediaries are available, introduced and passed ones. Then we also have the constitutional documents, including Constitution of India, and then the debates, the constitutional debates. These constitutional debates, which spread just under 3 years and comprise of 12 volumes, are indexed and are also readable. I mean, accessible. Now, we also are providing you a table of index table here. Now, what that index does, it gives me the cross or what should I say, the corresponding draft article also in the table. So when I view the index, in the index, I can see the first column is the article in the Constitution of India, and the corresponding draft article is in the second column. So Article 6 in the Constitution of India was previously Article 5A, draft Article 5A. Article 6, draft Article 5A. Article 8, draft Article 5B. And the third column comprising of two dates are the dates on which it was discussed. And the last date is the date on which it was approved, 12th August 1949. Now these date of approvals are indexed in the volume. So आपको you will get the entry of 12th August 1949 somewhere in the volume 9. अब मैं इसको यहाँ पे देखा, and accordingly I quickly reached there, and I know that this is pertaining to so and so article, and I also know 5 and 6, and I also know that what was the corresponding draft article. And I can link them. I can understand better what was the amendment kind of done. Secondary material will also have a collection of various policy documents issued by the government, from education to electricity to agriculture to disaster management to energy, excise, etc. And the last entry here is the reports of various commissions and committees. Again, a very rich collection, huge collection. It also includes law commission reports, the current ones as well as pre-independence ones. Now, again, I recommend this for the freshers because it gives you those reports, law commission reports, which recommend the changes in the law from time to time as the requirement arises due to the changing of the society, as and when the need arises to amend. This is the panel which recommends the necessary changes, prepare a law report, and that law report is then that goes through the same lawmaking process of legislation, passing legislation, and then as a bill, and then as a draft in a bill, and then it becomes a law. Now I'll just show you the option of help here, that is in the form of a question mark. There is a option of user manual which you should select. It will open the help page. In the help page, you will find frequently read articles. If I have something to search upon, I can type it over here. Suppose I want to know about that near operator which I had just shown. I want to understand it once again. I will click on the topic and it will give me the example. Now, similarly, if I see the help page again, back again, in the bottom half, there is a categories section. So there are 8 9 options, but I'll show you a couple of them. Search methods will give me examples on search. So if I want to again understand how to use the near operator, or for that matter, any advanced search feature, etc., or videos are also there, short videos. Then previously we did webinars on various topics of SCC since it has so many options. So out of those, some 6 7 recording links are available here. When I click on webinars, it shows me those. So I can simply click on the topic. It will brief me with the topic, and on the bottom there is a YouTube link which I can watch later as well. Right? I guess I'll just stop here. There are many more things to discuss, but considering the time as well, we need to take into consideration. I guess I'll just stop here and I'll open the question and answer round. But before that, the questions and answers. What I would recommend for all the students is right now, if they are connected to, I mean, they can, log in here, and if not registered, register, and practically you will get to know whether you are able to register or not. And if you're not, then you may also raise a hand or ask a question right now. That's what I would suggest. But in the meanwhile, let's address the queries. Over to you, participants. You can just unmute and ask, or maybe put it in the chat, whatever we wish.
Thank you, sir. If you
Okay.
have any questions, you can ask. So I think there is no questions over there.
I guess, ma'am, as you rightly pointed out, that most of the participants are freshers. So
Yes.
obviously, they will take a while they start, logging in, start using the software, and
Right.
obviously, then they will have queries definitely. Then we can sure take them up later as well. So in the meanwhile, I am just sharing the contact details. So you can contact us through the toll free number, which is 1800 258 6310, which is available from Monday through Saturday till morning 7 till 7 in the morning 10 till 7 in the evening. Right. So that is one part. And second is my number, which I have already displayed, but I will also keep the number of my colleague who is stationed at Kolkata. So you can also get in touch with him as well regarding any query on SCC. And then
Sir,
we have, yeah,
there is a question from our law officer.
so, ma'am,
Ma'am, please.
please go ahead. Your query
Are
is,
you there, ma'am?
what's the
Hello?
query? If you can, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, tell me, please.
I think I'm audible now. Yeah, so
Yes.
when I'm going to this website, there is a user ID. Do I need to pay, or
No,
payment is required?
as far as the students who are enrolled with Brainware University, they need not pay. This is part of your in the part
Okay,
of your
understood.
fees.
Okay.
So you will be able to access it as since you are enrolled in the course. So
Oh, acha.
no,
No,
no
there
such.
is another icon over there. This IP login. Now, what is this IP login? I am
This
unsure.
IP login only you have to access through. And what is
Oh,
this IP login is basically meant for the academics. So what you need to do is you will have to go to the bottom where it is first click on the IP login. On the bottom there is a register here link.
I
You will
need to
click upon,
register.
and then
Okay.
you will have to enter your batch ID or email ID as your login ID, followed by full name. Next screen, enter your year of graduation, and that's it.
All right.
Just to add that, ma'am, this is completely IP based, meaning that it will be accessible within the campus and connected to the college Wi-Fi, the IP which has been shared to us.
And IP is better option, I think. That would be good.
IP is the option right now, ma'am. But if some of the students want, let's say, outside the campus, within the hostel where the Wi-Fi range is not there, then only the remote access tool or remote access software is required. Through that, they can access from then outside as well.
Okay. 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 Thank you.
Is there any questions? Thank you, sir. Thank you for your wonderful session. And
My pleasure, ma'am.
thank you once again. I would like to call Librarian ma'am to go for the vote of thanks of vote session. Ma'am.
Hello. I'm
Yes,
audible.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we have seen lots of documents, sir, in the SCC online. Thank you very much, Mr. Raina, for such a valuable training
Pleasure, ma'am.
session. Students, I think after today, no one will have any difficulty in using the SCC online database. If there is any problem in using it, don't worry, please contact you, Mousumi ma'am and Shayan sir. Okay. So thanks again, Mr. Rajesh Raina
Thank you, Vanda, ma'am.
and Mr. Rajesh Rao for arranging this session in a short notice. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you, sir.
Uh,
12 hours.
and the next, I would like to thanks our university's dignitaries for the support. Thanks to our participants. Lastly, thanks goes to our staff members of the libraries. Without their support, it is not possible to add in such training program. So thank you all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
So, ma'am, one thing is there. Actually, one thing is for students. We will share the feedback link through your WhatsApp groups and email IDs.
Students, please
Okay.
note that.
You need to fill up the feedback form. Okay, sir. Thank you
Thank you,
so
ma'am.
much.
Thank you. Thank you, Vanda, ma'am. Thank you, Mousumi,
Okay.
ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you all. Thank
Thank you,
you.
sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Rajesh.